Hello, 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 my beloved souls. Blessed be, blessed day. Welcome back. High Vibe Tribe. I'm Autumn, the Enlightened Daughter. For those of you who don't know me, love you, welcome, all the things. So, guys, it's an 11/11 portal going on. 11/11. April is a universal 11 month, right? April's the fourth month of the year. This is the 7 universal years. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 is a master number, all about like initiation. It's the master of intuition, right? This number. So super heightened energies, right? First of all, we have the number one amplified 4 times, right? With the 11/11 energy. Today's the 11th of April. And then we have this just beautiful deliciousness of the master number of 11, right? Twice. So we have intuition on heightened. It's such a psychic day. It's such a day for manifestations. It's the master manifester. That's what I was trying to say earlier. 11 is the master manifester. And it's such a psychic day. This is a dope day to like really go deep into a meditation. Maybe do like a soul retrieval or a soul clearing. Get a tarot oracle reading, right? Get your numerology chart like done. Like this is a dope day to really connect with our higher selves and the other side of the veil. And also because 11 is the master manifestor number, right? This is a day that we really want to use that like our ability to like visualize and script out our day and all that stuff to really focus on what we want to bring into the world, right? Really harness those energies. Now, I'm going to say this because it must be said. When we're manifesting, right, it's like, oh, law of attraction, manifestation, blah, blah, blah. That's not just the stuff that we like and want and desire, right? Like, let's just be very clear about that. The universe is um neutral when it comes to the energies that we're putting out. What we put out is what we're getting back. What we focus on is what expands in our life, right? And so if you're attempting to manifest things like love or wealth or, peace and harmony, right? What is the energy? What is the vibration that you're working in right now, right? Are you doing that from a space of fear, lack, worry, and stress, right? Or are you doing it with an open heart, with gratitude, with joy, with thanksgiving, with faith? Because you're gonna get two different you're gonna get two different results from that energetic space. And I'm seeing a lot of this play out not only financially, but I'm also seeing it playing out in relationships, right? When it comes to this manifestations and manifesting the things that we do not desire, right? So I just wanted to just be clear about that, right? Because today is a master manifestation day, but it depends on where your energy is at, right? You need to raise your vibration, do whatever you can to bring some joy into your world, bring some laughter, bring some light into your world, and then focus on the thing in which you desire that you're calling into your life, right? And you're not focusing on it like, oh, I want or oh, I need. You're focusing on it like, thank you that I already have, thank you that it is given, right? We have to be mindful about how we're utilizing our energy, how we're working with our own inner magic with the K, right? And being the co-creators in this universe with the divine, right? We can't keep blaming God for this and for that. Like, no, we have to take accountability for our stuff. So, some of the things that I've seen play out lately. First of all, you guys know, I just saw 333 on the clock. That's so funny. That's so funny. I just saw 333 because I was just about to talk about Yeshua, and he just popped up into the reading. Like, don't forget. I'm not going to forget this time. Several messages came channeled through, so just bear with me. I know I'm just rambling a lot right now. So, number one, you guys know that no matter where I'm at in the world, if there's some huge energetic shift or awakening, activation, portal, gateway, whatever going on, then it's going to rain wherever I'm at in the world. Doesn't matter. I told you, I was in the desert, hadn't rained there in 20 years. I go there that day, and it's like pouring on everybody, right? And I was like, literally like, sorry, it's my fault. It's literally my fault. It's all good. I love you, girl. Um, it's been monsooning over here, right? And it started raining. I want to say it started raining on Easter or maybe the night before Easter. I don't know. I really feel like it started raining on Easter. All good for me, right? I'm like, yes, me and Yeshua chilling. He has risen. All the vibes, all the energies. People are over here like retailing the story and really bringing those energies back up to the forefront. But then with this rain, was coming these like crazy winds, right? So the raining, clearing, cleansing, healing, the winds with all the activation. So I'm like, okay, that's dope. I'm like, yep, you know, it was a Holy Week and we got like Passover, Ramadan, and Easter going on. Not surprising that all these energies are shifting big time. We're going into an 11/11 portal. Not surprising, right? Like I'm like, okay, cool, not surprised at all. But it was getting heavier. It was getting crazier. The winds were wilding, and I was like, okay, this isn't gonna be like a little collective thing that's going on. Some shit's about to really go down. You know what I mean? Like we're about to like it's like tornado everywhere. Like what is happening, right? So I had to really sit with these energies and try to decipher like what are they trying to tell me? Like what are the elementals speaking to me in this moment with this weather, you know? And again, going back to this manifestation thing, it's like we're wanting all these amazing, wonderful things in our life, right? And so as we are putting those energies out there, right? We need to cleanse and wash away the things that are not serving us, right? Like if you want a new living room set, but you already have one in your living room, first thing you got to do is like get rid of the old set, right? So you can make space for the new. That didn't surprise me, right? With the rain and the wind, all the rains happening, that didn't surprise me. The wind stirring things up. The wind was showing us what was lying beneath the surface. The wind is the little bit of chaos and upheaval that we may have going on in our energetic fields that maybe we haven't addressed, that maybe are bubbling below the surface, that maybe we need to actually see that these still waters are a little bit murkier than we thought they were. You know what I mean? And so I'm watching these winds, I'm watching the howling, I'm watching the rains going crazy, I'm watching power lines get knocked down and trees and flooding. And I was like, huh, there's some big shifts going on. And people need to really sit with their energies and figure out, okay, I just cleansed and cleared a whole bunch of stuff out of my vibration. And it caused, in many senses, especially when it comes to finance and love, it caused, in many senses, a lot of chaos and upheaval and discord. I had to see what these energies were doing. I had to see what I was clearing away. I have to see how I'm contributing it. I have to see, you know, what my part in this story is. If for those of you that are manifesting love or intimate relationships or a new partner, you know, however you choose to word it, you need to see how you're showing up in life. And you need to see how you're showing up in your relationships. You need to see how you're dealing with things, right? There's a lot of discord. There's a lot of people breaking up at this time, right? And I don't, it's rare for me to see a breakup happen amicably, right? Although that is the desire that we may want and wish, you know, it tends to be that one person is going to be a little bit more hurt and resentful than the other person. It's very rare, at least in the work that I've done and the people that I've been dealing with, for me to see it happen amicably. One person tends to be a little bit more shattered. And we have to be accountable for how we're showing up in these dynamics. We have to be accountable for the fact that there was two people, and more than likely two people, not more than likely, but nobody's perfect, right? Everybody's got their own crap going on. You did what you did, they did what they did, they found this hurtful, you found this hurtful, and here we are, right? It's either we're gonna like move forward or we're gonna keep rehashing these energies. Um, but when we're manifesting, right, we're gonna go back to that energy. The energy that you're putting into your relationship will cause you to manifest some things that you may or may not want, right? If you're constantly feeling insecure and jealous and possessive and obsessed over your partner and putting this energy of jealousy and fear, and there's going to be someone else, there's someone else, there's someone else, there's someone else, there's someone else from a low vibrational stance, and your partner is kind of working with this low vibrational stance when they're dealing with you, that is more likely to manifest someone coming into their life that causes things to get a little bit more complicated. You know what I mean? Like a person, screw the energy talk. Let's just keep it 100 as human beings. If you're constantly being accused of cheating, at some point you might be like, fuck it, I might as well do it because they keep accusing me of it, right? That's that energy, right? It's like You're putting out there the energy that they're constantly doing this thing, even though they're telling you they're not and they're being faithful. They're getting tired of being accused of something they're not doing. So guess what? Now they're gravitating towards that energy. And guess who manifested that thing? You did, by constantly putting it out into the universe. You see what I'm saying? Like, we can manifest even the things that we don't want if we're not careful about our energies, right? I work with a lot of couples and I keep telling them, you got really two options. You can either hold that person in the light in a high vibrational stance and focus on the good things that are about that person. And, one of two things will happen. Either they'll elevate to your vibrational stance and all the other crap will start to fall away, or they'll be removed from your life, by the grace of God. We obviously don't want anyone to get hurt, but somehow, some way, God will help you clean house. You know what I mean? Or if you don't feel like doing the work and holding them in the light and all that stuff and seeing how things work out, you can cut your losses and dip out. We always have a choice. But I'm going to bring it back to you. Like, what was your part in this relationship? How did you contribute to this relationship? What do you need to see, and what were you meant to learn in this dynamic? Right? Why are you being triggered? Why is there discord? Why are you unhappy? Why are you unsatisfied? Because at the end of the day, if you don't deal with it in this situation, guess what you get to do? You get to try it again with a new partner. Yay! No. Wherever you go, that's where you're at. Wherever you go, that's where you're at. Point blank and simple. So the partner's names may change, the location may change, but the energy is going to remain the same until you learn the lesson that needs to be learned. Right? And so that was a huge part of the messages that were coming through. For me when it came through with this master manifestation, because today is a lit day. It's 11/11 day. Like, today is the day to be putting it out there about getting that money, getting that love, getting that house, getting that good old business, that good old job. Like, today is the day to be like, yes, Lord, give me all those good blessings. Like, make your freaking Christmas list. You know what I mean? Like, today is that day to put it into the universe, to just create the most dynamic life that could possibly be lived, right? This is the day to focus on your happily ever after and to really get into the vibration of that. There's a shadow side to all of our stuff, right? There's the light side, which I just spoke about, and then there's that shadow side with the shit we're not trying to look at, the stuff that we're trying to ignore. And the reason for the chaos and the upheavals and the storms in your life right now is because you're not allowed to ignore it. It's like, you need to face this stuff head on. You can't keep running. You can't keep hiding. You can't live your life acting like a freaking ostrich with your head in the sand. It's immature and it's unfair, right? To you and your soul's growth. I'm not even talking about all the other people that you're dealing with. Like, this is you being unfair to you. This is not honoring yourself. This is you not loving yourself. All right. So I felt that message came through really, really strongly. And also, let me be not careful. Just make sure that I get this right. So it was channeled to me a couple of weeks ago, and I forgot to mention it or to create a video about it. I just journaled about it. But because God is dope like that, the message came right back to me today, and they were like, did you forget something? Many of you are in the Job season of your life, right? Job. For those of you who have read or have knowledge of the Bible, you will know the book of Job. And Job was one of God's most faithful servants, right? He was Team God. That was his, God is his ace boom coon, right? He was living his best life. He had a beautiful family, successful business. He was great friends. He was a leader in his community. Like, Job was living, he was trying to do the right thing. He was being a righteous man. He was just, God blesses me. I'm going to keep blessing other people. I know that I'm blessed. I'm grateful for my blessings, all the things. So here we come with Satan doing the most, and we all know people like that be doing the most, and God's like, yo, what have you been up to? And he's like, here or there, checking stuff out, and God's like, oh, you being nosy, right? You saw my faithful servant Job, and Satan's like, he only faithful because you give him everything you want. Like, bet you took everything away, he wouldn't love you like that, right? So God's like, oh, you think so, right? Now, God knows our hearts, right? So he's like, you think so? Satan's like, I'm telling you. He said, all right, go do what you want to do. Take his blessings, do all that stuff. You're not allowed to kill him. You're not allowed to kill him, but you could let him see. Let's see what he does when he don't got all the things, as you put it, right? Since you seem to think that that's the only reason that he's loyal and loving. So this is fucked up, right? I love the book of Job, but I'm like, It's such a fucked up story because I'm like, man was minding his business, right? Just trying to do the right thing. And here y'all go having a little conversation, right? But the Bible's full with delicious metaphors. So Job loses everything. All his kids die, his business, everything. He gets mad sick. He's covered in all these like scars, lesions, whatever it might be. Like his life went from heaven to hell in a matter of seconds, right? His wife is talking shit about God. His people are talking shit. Everybody's talking shit like, oh, you was a man of God. Look now. What'd you do? You must have pissed God off because according to you, nothing like that would happen to you if you was doing the right thing, right? Everybody was quick. They so quick to turn on him. They had been holding those comments in their minds forever. They couldn't wait to try to look down on him and try to make him feel some kind of way, right? And Job lost everything, everything, everything. And he was going through it. And he's like, God, like, did I do something wrong? Did I piss you off? Like, what? Like, what's good, my dude? Like, we was just chilling, and now I have nothing, and I don't even. And I'm sick. I'm dying. Whatever. But in all of that, everybody's like, "Yo, screw your God." And he's like, "I'm not. No, there's something I'm not understanding. There's something I'm missing. There's something that needs to be learned." Like he was real. He was trying, and I'm not gonna say that he was perfect the whole book because he really was a little self-righteous at times, you know. And God came in and had to yoke him up real quick, you know, because he was just like, I do this, I do that, I do that. And God came through and was like, do you control the winds? You know where they go when they're not blowing and how they go from, you know, east to west and da da da. What about the rain? Like he's just like you good human, you know, faithful servant. I got you, but let's ring it in. There's no perfection. You don't run this. You don't know about none of this. The stars that I did all that. Calm down. Like, calm down. I got you. There's a lesson and everything, but don't forget to ring it in. You know what I mean? Don't forget to ring it in. Like, yes, you have been faithful, but let's not be pompous about it, right? Little pin in the bubble of his head, right? Deflated that shit real quick. So the story continues, and there's a young boy listening to, you know, all the elders talk back and forth, and he's like, yo, y'all doing all this talking. You act like y'all are God. Like, nobody's perfect. And literally, this, like, kid had to come in and slam everybody, hurt everybody's feelings. Fast forward, Job gets to this awful trial, awful test. It was painful, right? He went through it, learned a lot of lessons, taught us all a lot of lessons in that book. And then Satan and God, and he never cursed God. The test was over. Satan went about his little way, back to the nothingness in which he came from. And God was like, all right, you held it down. That was a hard test. I got you. You held it down and blessed him even more. He had even more kids. His business not even came back, but it thrived. Like he went from a good life to what the fuck to an extraordinary life. You know what I mean? And that message was coming through so strongly to tell some of you. It's like some of you are in the Job season of your life. You've been doing the right thing. You've been holding the line. You've been having faith. You've been saying your prayers. You've been doing your meditations. You do the affirmations. You go through the processes. You're doing everything. You're trying to hold on to faith in God. It's dark where you're at, and you don't understand why storm after storm keeps hitting. You don't understand why one day it's a hurricane, then it's a tornado, then it's an earthquake, and how you can't even seem to catch your breath, right? It's like you're just looking at the universe like, God, why hast thou forsaken me? You know, thank you, Yeshua, because he was just like, don't forget. I love Jesus. That's my boo. Um, but it's that moment, you know, it's like feeling almost like you're crucified in this life because it's like you're paddling upstream and you can't catch your breath and you just don't know if you're coming or going half the time, right? It's just like, why is all this stuff going wrong? I'm not going to say what else can go wrong because we don't want to put that out in the universe because it's like a dare. But it's like, why isn't this working? You know, like everything was working at one point and now all of a sudden I have a shit show. But some of you, many of us actually, are going through these Job seasons of our life to hone us, to have us hold the line, because there are blessings in our storehouse that are coming to us from our past lifetimes, from our ancestors, that are going to be so great, so grand, so delicious. But we had to know, the universe had to know that we're going to be ready for that. And maybe you weren't ready when you were where you were at before. Maybe you thought you were. I know I thought I was for a long time. I'm like, oh, I'm good. We're ready to take these steps. No. I had to see a lot of other stuff. I had to go through a lot more challenging lessons. I had to have my life, the chaos, the upheaval, the tears that I've cried. I don't know how many times I've cried myself to sleep. I don't know how many times I wanted to give up on this path. I don't know how many times I asked God, like, why? Like, why have you chosen me to do this stuff? Why did you put this in my heart? Why is this happening? Right? Like, do you hate me? Right? Like, do you hate me? What is, like, I don't understand what's happening. What am I missing? You know what I mean? But I had to experience a lot of the darkness. I had to experience a lot of the pain. I had to experience a lot of the upheaval in order to know my own light, in order to know my own strength, in order to go within and to co-create and praise and have the gratitude for the God that's within me, right? The God that's within all of us, which is why we're all connected. Like, it took me going to the pits of hell for me to see in the darkness with crystal clear clarity, right? It's like we get taken into the dark until our eyes adjust to the darkness, until we remember that we actually are the light and we don't have to keep searching around for a light or for matches or a flashlight, because our soul is illuminated. And the minute we recognize that and we start to exude that light out and extend our energies, right? I just saw 2112. We get to be a guiding light for other people. We get to give other people permission to be that light. And so Job and his trials and his pains and his horrors, right, still held on to faith as hard as it was, questioning everything, having so much doubt, not understanding so much, but knowing, guess what? I don't perceive my own best interests. I don't know everything. I am not God. But I know that there's a purpose for this. I know that there's a reason behind everything. I know that I'm going to be okay at some point. I just don't understand this. And so for some of you, that's just what it is. My beautiful light workers and way showers and twin flames and crystals and indigos and however you choose to show up in this world, you know, whatever title resonates with you. Like, we may not understand the season that we're in. And we may be getting super challenged and frustrated and scared, and it's overwhelming, right? It's like calling out to death almost sometimes, because you think that might be easier, right? Like not wanting to get up in the morning, not wanting to open up the curtains, not understanding why you're on this path, or why it seems so difficult, or why you're losing everyone that's ever meant anything to you, and you're losing your family, you're losing your friends, you're losing your job, you've lost your home, you've just had to move somewhere else, your relationship is falling apart, right? And it just seems like you're just getting hit everywhere you go, right? It's like you're being tossed in the storms, in the oceans, and you can't even, you could be the best swimmer in the world, but you can't even breathe, you can't even catch your breath, you can't even get into a good stroke because the storm is so heavy right now. But God is your life preserver, and He's coming through, right? And she's got you covered, and you don't have to worry. And for many of us, I'm telling you, it's the blessings that we have in store in our storehouse, the blessings that we are meant to inherit in this lifetime in order to do our work. Sometimes we just got to go through this stuff to see if we can actually handle it. Can you handle life when it's at your worst? Are you going to take advantage? Are you going to be in gratitude? Are you going to have faith? Right? I've had a lot of money and I've had a little money, and I've had to make things work. Right? How is your behavior when you're wealthy, and how is your behavior when you're poor? Are you looking down? Are you judging people that maybe don't have it as good as you right now? And you may not even consciously be doing that. You know, like some of us were just raised with different like prejudices and like judgments that you don't realize until later in life. That's like, oh, I've been holding this person in judgment, or oh, I have these expectations for these people because of how I was raised. And for many of us, we've had to unlearn those things, right? We've had to see where maybe the people that raised us were a little bit biased and a little bit judgmental and a little bit condescending, a little bit narcissistic, a little bit toxic. And we have to heal that within ourselves. And how do we learn these things, right? We learn through our relationships on this planet, right? And so you'll see it played out in the people that you're interacting with and dealing with on a day-to-day basis, right? So hold the line, guys, right? Like, just don't give up. There is divine counterparts out there for many of you, for those of you that haven't found someone yet, right? There's wealth and prosperity and abundance available to you, and it's trying to come, it's being drawn to you, but you may be blocking it with your worry, with your fear, with your doubt, with your lack of faith, right? And so God is just like reminding you at this time, like, don't give up on yourself, because I'm not going to give up on you. At no point does the divine give up on us. We give up on ourselves. We give up on our hopes. We give up on our dreams. We give up on our desires because we think, oh no, it can't happen. Oh no, it's too late. Oh no, I don't deserve that. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You're a child of the divine. You're a child of the Most High God. Why would God want any of his children to suffer? Why would God want any of her children to be sick? It doesn't make sense. Like, literally, we like to humanize God and then we make him into like an awful stepdad or a stepmom. Like, no. This is a perfect love. This is a perfect, perfect love. And yet, sometimes we go through these trials and tribulations in our life and it sucks, right? We have the Job seasons of our life. But that's not the end of our story, unless we choose it to be. Job's story didn't end there, right? Abraham had to move and lost a lot of things, but his story didn't end there, right? We're still talking about these people to this day. You have that much significance that people will be talking about you millions of years from now just because of the changes that you're making in your life right now, by remembering who and whose you are, by working with your divine energy, by really connecting with your higher self. That is how dynamic you are. That is how wonderful you are. That is how needed you are. But don't give up just because the storms are going on around you. Don't give up because the winds have shown you some things that you didn't want to see, that you didn't want to deal with, right? It's time for everything to come up. It's time to look in the mirror. It's time to take accountability for yourself in all aspects of your life. The good shit and the bad shit. And the story of Job is not for you to be like, oh, okay, well, let me put it on God. Like, I'm going through this tough season right now because God is testing me. No, stop. Accountability. We write our soul contract before we come here. And some of us chose to experience really fucked up shit in order to shift. Some of us have contracts with our ancestors and our descendants in order to make things happen, right? And so we're choosing to live this life, to heal this life, to elevate this life, and to transcend this life. That is our choice. That's our choice, right? You chose to be a dynamic light worker and way shower, and therefore you had to incarnate in families that were a little bit karmic, maybe a lot of bit karmic, maybe a whole lot of karmic, right? You chose to have dealings and interactions with certain people in your life that were gonna shatter you, right? Or so it may seem, right? And some people you're gonna meet in your life, and they will be the shattering soul that needed to break you all apart in order for you to rebuild, to be yourself, right? To be your true divine self, right? And others you're going to encounter and be like, oh no, hell no, I learned that lesson. And it's going to be like, yes, angels rejoicing. Like, yes, she didn't fall for it again. He passed the test. Way to go. High fives in heaven. You know what I mean? There's so much dopeness going on. Anyway, I still didn't want to make this long, and I was like a half an hour in and I haven't even pulled any cards. All right, sorry. So, let's pull some cards for this 1111 gateway. See what's popping for today. I had so many decks that want to come out. I'm going to start with the Angels of Enlightened. All right, I'm going to start with the Archangel Tarot because evidently the Archangels get first dibs today. So thank you, Archangels, for being here with me in the collective. We pull like 2 or 3 cards, hopefully, and see what do we need to know, what do we need to see during this time. What does everybody need to know? What do they need to see, my beautiful angels, teams of light? Oh, bottom of the deck, Ace of Raphael. I told you there's a lot of relationship shit going on. There's a lot of relationship shit. A lot of heart chakra activations, a lot of heart chakra healing. I've been wearing, I'm like, oh, you can't see it if it's under my shirt. Green aventurine almost every day again. Had to bring that back. A lot of heart healing. So the Ace of Raphael is the Ace of Cups in the traditional tarot, right? A positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. This isn't just about romantic and intimate love, right? Although it can be. Like if you're getting a love reading, that's like the delicious card. But this is also about a love of ourself, right? 11, also master number 11 is like the highest level of like the male and female energy combined as well, right? So a perfect day for that. We know that when we look at the Four of Wands in this room, we see the 1111 card, right? Like that is ultimate love, divine masculine, divine feminine energy really coming together. But those divine masculine, feminine energies are the energies within ourselves, not always out exterior, right? Doing an outside counterpart. So we just want to keep that in mind. But a lot of relationship stuff is being healed at this time. Again, that's whether you're in an intimate partnership, a relationship with yourself, even relationships with others, right? Platonic, familial, work, relation, whatever it may be, a lot of that stuff is being healed at this time. We want to manifest. We want to visualize. We want to express the desires and goals that we have for our life through our heart chakra, right? If the things that you're manifesting are coming from the egoic mind, like, I just want to do this to try to shit, we know how it is, right? It's like, let me get that new car and start shitting on these niggas, or let me come up and screw him, and then everybody's going to be looking at me like, oh yeah, I did it, and I told y'all that. Like, we're not doing, that's that low vibrational corniness that we're not doing. No, we're manifesting from the heart. What's going to serve your highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of all, right? When it comes to you and your relationships, how can you love yourself and respect yourself and be self-empowered and feel dynamic and be in a really healthy union with yourself, thus exuding that energy and getting it magnetized back towards you, and then meeting a divine counterpart that's going to pour that same love into you. You know what I mean? We want to be pouring into each other's cups. We don't want to be pouring into someone's cup and then they're over here drilling holes in ours. You know what I'm saying? We have, more love energy. All right, the Knight of Raphael, Knight of Cups, right? Committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. There's a lot of love energy coming in right now. That doesn't surprise me. Forgot we had the 410 portal, and the 410 portal was it's a love portal that just opened up as well during this time, and it stays open. I think it was like a 72-hour window, so we're right in the middle of that energy as well. No wonder all this love energy is coming through for everybody. Deep. Okay, we got the moon, right? Everything comes out in the light. Everything comes out in the light. The opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. This is the day to tap into your higher self, guys. Master number 11 is all about your intuition. Number 1, 11, 111, 1111, right? It's all about intuition, spiritual awakening, higher guidance, doorways opening that lead you to your higher self, right? Like, this is the day to tap in and to really connect with your higher self. Tell your freaking ego, cop a squat on your shoulder, zip it. They're allowed to watch, not comment, and just let your heart lead the way, because that is where our soul resides, in our hope and our heart. So look at this. We got the dog down here for loyalty, right? I love the little raccoon too, because they're down with everything. But a raccoon, just, they're very family orientated. I'll say that as well. So with all this love energy, I feel like love and family and loyalty is really coming through for you guys today. And also to just be aware that, like, whatever is hidden will be coming out into the light, right? Because we have this beautiful full moon energy. And that's what I'm saying with all this wind activity that we've had going on, right? The winds were causing everything to come up. It's like, you might as well put it on the table and deal with it now, because no matter what you may think that you're hiding, it's coming up. And it's coming up and everybody's going to see it. It's full moon. It's bright as shit. You're not hiding this, right? So what do you need to deal with? And do that. Own it. Take accountability for it, right? Nobody is perfect, but we are superbly and ultimately loved in the eyes of the divine, right? We are perfect in our imperfections. No one is perfect, but put it out there, right? It's like the difference when someone, like a celebrity, right? They do something that they know they're not supposed to do. It has less of a negative impact when they put the information out on their own than if they let it get leaked and then they got to try to do like the cleanup work, right? It's that same type of vibe. And then, ooh, we got the Empress. Yes, more creativity energy, right? Putting stuff out there. So very fertile energy, very abundant, luxury. It's the energy of Taurus, right? Which rules, Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is all about love, finances, and like the comforts of life. So this is a delicious, beautiful energy. This is more love energy. Time to act on your plans. We just had this. The opportunity to improve your plans, and then time to act on your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Luxurious or abundant resources. I'm telling you, many of you guys are in this the the Job season of your life, or you're coming out of it, right? It's just like that darkness, like a dark night of the soul, right? And you just went through it and you're just like holding on. You're clawing at the side of the freaking cave just because you see like a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. You're like, if I could just get there, I know that I'll be safe, right? And it's just like you feel suffocated and stressed out. But I'm telling you, you guys are about to walk into the land of milk and honey. I'm telling you. For so many of you, like that is your destiny in this lifetime. You are meant to be wealthy and abundant and prosperous and loved and satisfied and in balance, and to really share your unique gift with the world in a really impactful way. Whatever that looks like to you. We're all on different paths. We're all on different paths. It might be food, it might be fashion, it might be music, it might just be being a dope ass partner or parent or teacher or healer, whatever that is for you, right? And all the way comment below and let me know what your freaking talents and skills are so we can support one another. You know what I mean? You never know who in this community might need the services that you have to offer. All right, so don't be scared. Don't be scared. All right. Angels of Atlantis now, you're up. Let me get a message. I'll get a message for everybody. What do we need to know? Angels and guides. What do we need to see? This portal. Oh, Archangel Haniel, some hope coming in. All right. Yeah, I know you. Listen, I get it. I get it, right? You're feeling it, and it's like sometimes you just want to give up and just quit, right? And so the angels are coming through with this energy, and they're pouring more. They're giving you that high vibrational. They're pouring their light into your heart chakras right now, right? And they're like, don't give up, don't give up. This beautiful red gem, what is it, a ruby, whatever it is. It's gorgeous, right? But that's just speaking to me to stay really, really grounded at this time, right? So if you're feeling a little weary and you know, soul weary and worn out and all these things, like don't forget to connect to Gaia. Get really, really grounded. Okay? Go outside if you can. Get into nature, get into a salt bath, get into a body of water, take a walk in the park, like do what you need to do to stay really, really grounded so that you can recharge your battery, right? While the angels are pouring all this beautiful energy of hope and love and surrounding you with their beautiful feathers. Oh my God, I can like feel it. I can feel it. My body's covered in angel bumps, right? Like, just don't lose hope at this time. You're so close. You're so close. Just don't give up. All right. Bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh, look, Archangel Jopio and Joy. They're coming in to love on you guys. So what did I say? Find some things that bring joy into your life, right? And really raise your vibration. When we have a high vibrational lifestyle, that low vibe shit it can't reach you when you're up here, right? All the nonsense, the chaos, the arguing, the lack, all that little illness. We don't do that. We raise our vibration and we stay high, right? Dolphins are here on the planet to help with the vibrations of the planet, right? To keep the planet high. Like they're here for us. So do your part. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful yellow, the solar plexus energy. There's been a lot of solar plexus healing going on as well, especially for the divine masculines. All right, gateway. Sorry, I didn't know which way to go. Gateway or Earth Magic. Oh my gosh, look, I cut the deck. I just cut the deck. I literally just split the deck in half. My dreams are coming true. Manifesting dreams. You can't make this shit up. I love it. Angels and guides, what do we need to know for this portal? What do we need to see? Embracing the future. I step into the future with an open heart. Open heart. Just said manifest from your heart. Not from the egoic mind, not from a low vibrational space. Raise your vibration, open your heart, and see where it leads you. Follow your intuition, guys. Follow your intuition. It does not always make logical sense. So what? The soul doesn't need to be logical. The soul has the big picture, the eternal plan. Listen to that shit. Look, the doorway is completely open. The path is clear. It's literally light there. Like, it's literally lit. There's nothing for you to fear. The other side of that is what? Your happiness, your joy, your satisfaction, your peace, your abundance, divine health, a passionate, intimate, loving relationship, joy and laughter with friends. Like, why would you not want to walk through the door? Because you might have to leave behind some people that aren't ready to go. Guess what? The door is open. They could walk through it too. Anybody making them stay there? You can't live your life based off of that. You have to do what you need to do for yourself. Your healing, your growth, your evolution, your ascension. Your happily ever after. Not everybody else. Yours. God will take care of the rest of his children. You worry about you right now. And I'm not saying like selfish, obviously, if like you're a parent or whatever, like you have to think about others, but big picture. All right, big picture. You're not the creator of someone else's happiness. They have to own that. You know what I'm saying? These are lessons that I teach to my children all the time. I cannot wait for them to grow up and be so empowered. Listening with your heart. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. There's an echo, guys. There's an echo. Okay? And then look. Following your bliss. My soul sings with joy. Look at these messages. They're telling you the same thing over and over again. Open up your heart. Be joyful. Go get lit. Have fun. Right? The light of the moon and the light of the sun. So we have the masculine and the feminine, the sun and the moon, balancing those energies, right? Music playing. Play some music. Go dance. Whatever you can do to raise your vibration. I like to dance. I like to cook. I be jamming in the house, singing, tickling the kids. Recently, I've been watching a lot of comedies. That's one of the easiest ways to raise your vibration, guys. Throw on a comedy. Like, if you only got like 5-10 minutes, throw on a 5-10 minute stand-up comedy that you find on YouTube. But if you got time, sit down and watch a movie, right? I've been watching like romantic comedies lately just because I've been like feeling like very emotional and girly like that, and sitting here cracking up. Even like murder mystery movies. I was sitting here watching what movie is that? I was watching Clue, right? My kids had never seen it, but I'm like, I like this movie. I like mysteries, and I love Tim Curry. Like, all the other people that were in the movie was just funny as hell. And I'm sitting here cracking up. My kids are sitting, they're only 10 and 11. They're sitting here cracking up like they got it. And I'm like, you see? You feel me? You know, but we're like, it was a whole vibe, right? Raise my vibration, raise their vibration. We had like a family moment. We're watching a movie. It's all joy, like things that raise your vibration. Right? And there were people around us that weren't in a high vibrational sense. Guess what? They didn't want to sit here and be joyful. So while they're huffing and puffing and being miserable, three of us are over here cracking up. All the vibes. Okay? All the vibes. Alright, we're going to do Earth Magic. Sorry, guys, if this is... Before I even shuffle. Cut the deck again. Full moon completion. We just had that full moon in Libra, right? Big things ended. That's what all this clearing is about. So all these activations are going on. You know what I mean? Those cycles have come to an end. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't lose hope now. Don't give up now. I know the season, this Job season, can feel so intense. What? But it's not over. Gaia, I love you for this. Okay. Little volcano, little volatility going on in your world. I know. Oh, I know. Okay? It's not like I'm just like sitting back and observing all these energies. Like, they also are coming into my life as well, right? And I do as much as I can to stay grounded. So when the storms of life do come, I can sit and observe more than get caught up in them. But I'm watching the bullshit go around, and I'm like, take some notes. Let me not do that. That seems unhealthy. Oh, that lesson sucked. What are we meant to learn from that? What do I need to see here? You know what I mean? But there's a lot of volatility going on with you, with the collective. So just be easy. Make sure you stay grounded. All right? Make sure you stay grounded. And people that are projecting their nonsense onto you, water off a duck's back, yo. Water off a duck's back. people like to project and point fingers at others because they don't want to take accountability for themselves, right? We point one finger at you, I'm pointing 3 back at myself. At some point, I have to be accountable for my shit. At some point, I have to be accountable for my choices, my behavior, how I showed up in the world. So 44 on the clock. I love you, angels. Thank you for being here. Like, I just had a conversation with someone recently, and I was like, talking to them about this and that. And they're in an unhealthy relationship. So every other word was like their partner's name. And I was like, when you pass away and you go to the other side of the veil and they're doing a life review, right? You think God is going to be asking you about Tom, Dick, and Harry? No, he's going to ask you about you and your choices. She's going to look at you and be like, well, why did you do this in this scenario? What were you thinking here? Like, stop. Stop with the other shit. Figure you out. How are you showing up in all of this? Right? You got 5 failing relationships and nothing's ever working. Okay, who's the common denominator? Time to do something. Time to shift something. Time to take accountability somehow. Time to own your shit somehow. It's not always everybody else's fault. It's a very childish way to look at things if we're always going to be blaming others for our choices and our decisions. No, you have to own your shit. Okay? And then we have beautiful spring equinox. This is the card that popped out that I was like, I love you, guy, right? With the rebirth. So all of that stuff that's coming to an end, all that cycle that just ended, all the clearings and the healings and activations that are going through with this wind, right? It's so that we can be born again. Thank you, Yeshua. Oh my God. Oh, Yeshua, you play too much. You just gave me little words here again. I love that. That's so funny. But we're all giving birth to new versions of ourselves, right? Some of us are going through the Job season of our life. Some of us are in our butterfly seasons, right? Caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly, right? And so maybe you're just in the chrysalis right now and everything about you has been dissolved. There's nothing left but like liquid. And you're having to rebuild. But what happens, you get to rebuild and to restructure and you become something beautiful. Something that can see things at a higher level. Something that brings beauty and joy into this world. Like, it is a gift. It is a gift. This season, this child, whatever you want to call it, it is a gift. There are lessons here. Things are happening not to you, for a reason. You know what I mean? How can you grow through this? Whatever you're growing through at this moment, right? How is it going to grow you? How is it going to expand you? Like, that is the gift that is here for you. If you choose to own it. If you choose to own it. You don't have to, listen, you don't have to take my advice. You don't have to listen to the channel messages. You don't have to do none of that. We all have free will. All I'm saying is, if you know better, you're going to do better. And I'm here to empower you to do better. I'm here to empower myself to do better. I have to own my shit. I take accountability for myself. I may not always like how I show up in the world. I may not always like the results that I receive, but I have to be accountable for my behavior. Right? It's my life. I have to take accountability for it. I have 2 other people that are counting on me, that look to me for guidance and love and support and knowledge. I need to be accountable and I need to get myself all the way in check for me as well as for them. You know what I'm saying? And then we got another new moon in Aries coming. We got the new moon with promise. So more love energy coming in. Obviously, you see this beautiful intimate couple. For those of you that are taking your levels, taking your love life to a new level, like, congratulations, whether you're moving in together, getting engaged, getting married, like all the things, starting a family, all the things, like, beautiful. But I feel like this is just a reminder from the divine that, like, again, to bring me back to the energy of Job, like, this is stuff that was in your warehouse that you've prayed for, that you petitioned to God for, that was promised to you by the divine. And it's not that God doesn't lie, doesn't steal. He's not going to break his promise to you. It's that we sometimes block it. And so now that you're healing your heart chakra, now that you're allowing yourself to be transformed, those promises can now manifest, right? It's like you got these beautiful promises from heaven. Oh my gosh. The angel bumps are like, whoosh. You got these beautiful promises from heaven, and now they get to manifest. Right now, you're going to start to see them in your 3D reality. And for many of you, this is in the area of love. Right? It's also no, okay. They're saying love and finance. So, and love and finance. You're going to start to see a lot of blessings, a lot of changes, a lot of healing, a lot of growth, a lot of expansion, a lot of surprises, right? Delightful surprises from the universe. It's going to be like, oh my God, like all the things that had to coordinate for me to meet this person, or for me to like, to meet like your dream person, or to finally get out of debt, or to pay off for your student loans, or whatever that means for you, right? Because we're all working with different things, especially when it comes to love and finances. But there's a lot of healing going on there. There's wishes or prayers that you made a long time ago that you just haven't seen manifest, and that is the energy that's coming forth for you right now, right? So use this energy today to really be in a state of gratitude about the promises that you know have been fulfilled through heaven, right? We ask, we believe with unwavering faith, and then we receive. Like, this is the energy of knowing, like, just knowing that it's coming. Knowing it's coming. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get it. I don't know, God. I don't know how you're going to make this happen. All I know is that I trust you, and I believe in you, and I'm grateful for you. I don't know. There's certain things I just don't even be sitting here stressing anymore, thinking about. I'm just like, you know what? I need bop, 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 bop to get done. All right. Well, I know things sometimes just work themselves out, so I'm not even going to stress over it. Just thank you, God, for helping me to resolve all these situations. And I go about my day, because I'm not going to be sitting here going gray in the hair, stressing myself out about some shit that I could just give to God and get it done in like 30 nanoseconds. Like, it's the creator of the universe. I'm pretty sure they can handle this little bullshit banking problem that I got going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he can figure out a way for me to get some groceries. I'm gonna be alright. So funny. Bottom of the deck, forest. Breeze. This is much a message for you guys as it is for me. But again, getting out into nature, we want to stay really grounded. Okay? If you can, go outside, go outside. For me, it's raining. You know what I mean? It's been pouring down rain. I love the rain. So that rain doesn't bother me. But it's pouring to the point where it's like, all right, like, you're doing too much. I have jeans on. Now my feet are soaking wet. Like, that's kind of gross. But me, with the sun showers, every chance I got yesterday, it was the sun shower. I'm like walking slow. I'm like, I'm one of those people that dances in the rain. I am that person. Singing in the rain. Like, that's me. Splashing all the things. I love it. I love it. All right. We're going to get one closing message from the guardian angels. Thank you, angels and guys. Thank you, you guys, for sitting here through this message. I know that it was a lot. The first half an hour was just channel message, but you needed to know. I'm here to share what I've been given. Any final messages from the guardian angels for everybody for this powerful, powerful day? Crown chakra activations going on as well. That's it. Okay. It says stop there. So we have harmony and resolution coming through with the guardian angels. Bottom of the deck, listen deeply. This listen deeply card speaks right to the whole message of follow your freaking intuition, guys. Like, get in the stillness. That's why we get grounded. That's why we go outside. That's why we connect with nature. Get grounded and listen deeply, right? To your heart. To your heart. Listen to the messages that are coming through your heart, right? But this is the energy that we have coming in for everyone. Harmony and resolution. I'm going to read it real quick from the book, and then we're going to dip out. Angel guidance is encouraging you to stand down from any conflicts that are going on in your life right now. What did I freaking just say? I'm not getting in no chaos and drama. I'm going to step back, give it to the divine, and move on. Yo, y'all play all the way too much. Take a step back to collect your thoughts and breathe. You literally just can't make this shit up. You literally can't. Angels cannot help you unless you create space for them to intervene. And they are with you now, willing to restore peace. They want you to know that they are aware of your challenges and the concerns you have. But unless you have faith that harmony can be restored, nothing can change. I want to like throw something right now. This is a time for you to visualize yourself, the situation, and everyone involved enveloped in a golden light of goodness and grace. It's important to know that angels of peace are encouraging you to let them bring peace to the situation. Trust the process. I'm done. I'm. I didn't write this book. Who wrote this book? Kyle Gray. I listen. I don't know him. Love him. Love his work. Love his decks. We're all just channeling from the same consciousness, right? We're all just channels from the same consciousness. It just comes through my autumn personality, right? The feisty girl from Harlem that be popping and cursing and all the things. But this is how God speaks through me, right? It is what it is. I'm cracking up at this final message. Anyway, I love you so very much. Like I love you so very much. I really do, guys. And I love you for being here and supporting me. Please like, share, subscribe. I love it. Like I said, today's a great day for tapping into energy. So if you want to book a reading with me, definitely do so. There's a special going on for the month of April because it's my birthday month and I love you guys. Anyway, I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Definitely script out what you want and give it to the Most High. All right? I'll see you next time, my beloveds. Ooh, 5555 on the clock. Later.